Hey, Viking fans, this is Keith Millard, and you are listening to the Onebar and Lupagus Show. Go Vikes!
All right, welcome back to the Onebar and Lupagus Show. I am Onebar, and it is that time once again where we gathered up some of the best YouTubers for each damn team to bring together the ultimate 2021 YouTubers mock draft. Be sure to check down in the description. Follow all these channels, give them some likes, give them some love. What better way to get a good feel as far as how the draft is going to shake out than going right to the source, somebody who is in the know and follows the team directly. Remember, subscribe to the Onebar and Lupagus Show, like the videos, grab a beer, grab a coffee, whatever your flavor is, and take in the mock.
What's up, guys? I'm Armin, the host of the Jaguar King podcast. You can find me right here on YouTube. If you like anything Jaguars, feel free to check that out. This year, the Jaguars probably have the easiest selection of the NFL draft. Unless you're Brett Favre, the Jaguars are going to take Trevor Lawrence with the first overall pick. Trevor Lawrence is the perfect QB. Not only will he bring wins to the Jaguars organization, but he'll have your girlfriend interested in watching football with you because they're wondering about his hair and skincare routine.
What's up, guys? My name's Ryan from Jets Talk 24/7. I'll be here making the Jets number 2 overall pick tonight. With Trevor Lawrence off the board, there's going to be a lot of discussion about what the Jets are going to do with their number 2 pick. Are they going to roll with former number 3 overall pick Sam Darnold and draft him a weapon, or trade down and draft a whole bunch of more picks? Or are they going to trade it for Deshaun Watson and possibly bring him into New York? Or will the Jets take a new signal caller and reset the quarterback clock at number 2 overall? Well, since there's no trades, we're going to say no trade down, no Deshaun Watson for this exercise. I think with our new head coach Robert Saleh coming in and Mike LaFleur coming in as offensive coordinator from San Francisco, I think we're going to want to try and emulate that type of offense. So whether you roll with Sam or not, that's sort of the vibe that we're feeling with here. I think of the quarterbacks, Fields, Lance, and Wilson, Wilson seems to be the best fit for this type of offense. It's actually the offense that Zach Wilson has said he would prefer to play in. This was prior to the Jets even bringing in the 49ers offense. So I think the Jets are making this selection with the number 2 overall pick. We select BYU quarterback Zach Wilson.
What is up? Doug, a.k.a. Dougly Durong, back here for take 2 of who the Miami Dolphins are taking with the number 3 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Last time I went with wide receiver Devonta Smith. This time, after watching the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl completely get Patrick Mahomes destroyed, I'm going with tackle Penei Sewell out of Oregon. I think he will be a great addition to this offensive line that struggled at times to protect Tua Tagovailoa, struggled at times to get a run game going, and Penei Sewell is going to be playing right tackle and protecting the blind side of Tua Tagovailoa. So, like I said, with the third pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins are selecting Penei Sewell, tackle out of Oregon. Hopefully this helps the offensive line go. But be sure to check me out at Dougly Durong.
Hey guys, I'm Adnan Ikic of SB Nation's Atlanta Falcons website, The Falcoholic, a one-stop shop for any Atlanta Falcons information you may desire. Our live show, The Falcoholic Live, is on YouTube every single Wednesday at 8:10 p.m. With the 4th pick in this mock draft, the Atlanta Falcons select Justin Fields once again. Falcons sit in an advantageous position to take their quarterback of the future for the post-Matt Ryan era. This is the first time since 2008 where they're picking the top 5. Last time they took Matt Ryan in that season. And Justin Fields would sit behind Matt Ryan for his rookie year. He would redshirt his first season, and then he would hopefully be ready to take over as the best quarterback available at this point in the draft. He would take over for the next decade for the Atlanta Falcons. So the Falcons set themselves up for the future with Justin Fields at this selection.
I feel like this decision was easy with Penei Sewell available, and it's even easier with Penei Sewell off the board now. Jamar Chase is the pick for the Bengals. Again, I do believe the Bengals will address offensive line free agency. That hasn't happened yet, but I'm still working under the assumption that that is the case. Rashaan Slater, Christian Darrisaw, I think they're fine prospects, but Jamar Chase is the clear-cut best receiver in this draft, and any risk that you have with him as a prospect, I believe, gets negated when you reunite him with the quarterback that he exploded on the scene with in LSU in 2019. Reunite Jamar Chase with Joe Burrow. Give Joe Burrow a true number one receiver in the Bengals offense with T. Higgins and Tyler Boyd. Watch that offense thrive for the next 3 years. Again, as long as the offensive line gets handled before the draft, I think they're going to do that to open themselves up to take the best player available in the first round, and I believe that player will be Jamar Chase if he's available. In this case, he is. Again, he's the pick.
Everybody doing? Philly 500 is my name, and double moonwalking is my game. I'm also known as King Dingbat, a.k.a. the Moses of YouTube, a.k.a. the White Rerun. And you can find me on YouTube. Just type in Philly 500. And I am here today for one reason. I am here to stop our GM from screwing this draft up. He needs all the help he can get. And with the 6th pick in the draft, the Eagles could go in a multiple of directions. They could go quarterback, linebacker, safety, wide receiver, tight end, offensive line. It doesn't matter what the position is. This team needs help. They need top-end talent. And when I look at how this board has fallen so far, there are 2 guys that are sticking out to me. Devonta Smith and Kyle Pitts. And it's very close. But at the end of the day, and with the 6th pick, the Eagles are going to select here Kyle Pitts of Florida. The tight end, 6'6", 240 pounds. I believe not only is he a tight end, but I believe he could play outside as a wide receiver. He is a mismatch from hell. And the Eagles, they can't afford to pass up this kind of talent. He would do such great things with Nick Sirianni's offense, with Dallas Goedert as the other tight end, and we know the Eagles love tight ends. So with that said, Kyle Pitts is the guy.
I am Detroit Lions Talk with Mike Remark. We talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. I am also a member of Infinite Sports Network and also a partner of Chat Sports on YouTube. Go check them out. And with the 7th pick in the 2022 NFL Mock Draft, the Detroit Lions select Trey Lance, quarterback. Yes, we traded quarterback Matthew Stafford to the Los Angeles Rams. In return, we got 2 first-round picks, a 3rd-round pick, and Jared Goff. Yes, we have Jared Goff, but we need to have the quarterback of the future. In my opinion, he is a bridge quarterback, and we have a head coach that likes the dual threat. Why not take a quarterback who has extremely high ceiling? Yes, he is raw, and we can sit him behind Jared Goff until this team gets competitive again in a couple years. Mass draft picks, build the team the correct way, and have a great quarterback of the future going forward.
What's going on, everybody? This is David, and this is my partner Rashad from the Panther Nation podcast. And the reason why that we're here today is that we have the 8th overall pick in the draft. But before we get into that, please be sure to subscribe on YouTube at Panther Nation Podcast. We do more than that. We also do the draft. We do fantasy. We do a lot of other things as well. And you can follow us on Twitter as well at Panther Nation PC, or you can follow myself individually at ChampD102, which is listed there. And Rashad, I'm going to hold it over to you.
All right, so with the 8th overall pick, the Panthers are going to select Micah Parsons, linebacker from Penn State. Listen, with the way the board fell, we just didn't with the quarterbacks going, we going BPA. Under normal circumstances, we'd probably like to trade back and probably pick up one of the left tackles. But Micah Parsons was the best player available, so we just went ahead and took him. I think, listen, we have a gap at linebacker. We haven't Luke Kuechly retired on us, and so we don't have a middle linebacker. Essentially, all we have is Jermaine Carter. He played well this year at the end of the season, but I feel like we could definitely upgrade the middle linebacker position. Any thoughts on that, Dave?
The bottom line is, man, the Panthers have a lot of holes, and I know everybody keeps screaming quarterback, quarterback, quarterback. The top four are gone. I have no interest in taking Mac Jones as the fifth quarterback with the 8th pick. I think the value's too high there. I have no interest in that, so BPA. The debate was between Michael Parsons or Patrick Surtain, maybe even Slater. But other than that, there's no other options other than those three. I think the Panthers would be foolish to take a quarterback at this point with all the holes that we have.
That being said, we out.
Mile high hello, everybody, on the Onebar and Lupagus show. It's your boy Lance Sanderson with the Dove Valley Deep Divers podcast, repping milehighhuddle.com for all your Denver Broncos needs. Broncos fans, subscribe to Mile High Huddle on YouTube for daily live stream podcasts starting every single day, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. Also, milehighhuddle.com. Follow at Mile High Huddle for instant news and analysis on your Denver Broncos. It's the easiest way to keep in tune with what's going on with the Denver Broncos. Now, guys, we're joining the show here today to take the Broncos pick at number 9 overall in the 2021 NFL Draft. And the last time we were part of this, we got to select Caleb Farley, the cornerback from Virginia Tech, as a great scheme fit, a guy I really like, a smooth athlete, great tackler. He fits Vic Fangio's scheme tremendously, but we're going to go in a different direction this time, guys. I have Caleb Farley on the board. I have Patrick Surtain Jr. on the board. I also Micah Parsons was just taken. Jeremiah Owusu Koromoa is still on the board for the Broncos if you want to look in that particular direction. However, there's another sneaky need that this Broncos team has, and it really relies on what they're going to do with right tackle Juwan James. Now, Juwan James signed a 4-year and $51 million deal, a couple of years ago in the 2019 offseason to be the highest paid right tackle in the NFL. Now, he's not played at that level. In fact, he's barely even played at all. He's only played 63 total snaps in 2019, and he opted out of 2020 season because of COVID. So his welcome is worn kind of thin here. The Broncos are on the hook for a $19 million cap hit, but if they designate him as a post-June 1st cut, they can drop that $19 million dead money hit to $13 million and prorate the rest of that out for the duration of his contract, which would mean another $6 million in dead money in 2022. Going back to that welcome being worn thin, he was able to play. It sounded like that knee injury that he suffered in week 1 of the 2019 season was actually healthy enough for him to play. And he played partially in week 13, I believe it was, against the Houston Texans, in which Drew Lock absolutely torched the Texans defense. But he was not able to play because he wasn't mentally ready to play. It's not that he wasn't physically able. Team doctors said that he was able to play. So it's a big question here. And Garrett Bowles was actually quoted saying that he has talked to Juwan James every now and again, and he knows what he has to do to earn our trust back. It's not exactly a ringing endorsement. Now, you've got a player that's kind of maligned in the locker room, and you've got some money that you got to move around. And $19 million, yeah, that seems like a lot, but we just watched Carson Wentz get released or traded to the Indianapolis Colts for a $33.8 million dead money hit. Like, teams are willing to be able to move on from guys that they don't want to have around anymore. And for whatever reason, Juwan James seems to be like that kind of a guy. Now, to fill this need, that makes a huge need at the right tackle position, I'm going with Rashaan Slater, the offensive tackle at Northwestern, is a versatile guy that can play left or right side. He can play at the tackle position. He can play the guard. He can drop into center if you need him to. This is a guy that the Broncos are really going to be looking at because he's a great scheme fit. He can pull. The Broncos like to run a bunch of pin pull running plays where they pin down that right tackle, pull a guard off the ass end of him, and get him on the out, get the running back on the outside, and get huge gains that way. They also like to they really want to try to incorporate the running back screen game. It sounds like for this upcoming year, because they didn't really utilize Melvin Gordon that way. They have a potential opportunity to be able to do that with a Rashaan Slater. He's a mauler in the running game. He's absolutely a tremendous athlete, has very good pass sets, and does a really good job. Again, like I said, a great job as a run blocker, does a great job in his pass sets. A very versatile guy that you're going to be able to insert on multiple positions on this Broncos offensive line, because it's not only the right tackle position. It's, let's just say for a second here that the Broncos potentially want to look on improving Lloyd Cushenberry, their rookie center from last year, who played at a fairly decent level down the stretch, but he's still a replacement level player. They have Graham Glasgow at right guard. They could insert him at center, put Rashaan Slater at right guard, and potentially keep Juwan James at right tackle. And when James gets hurt, reshuffle that offensive line, slide Slater back out to the outside, and there you go. You have the best starting offensive line that you could potentially have. This is a great pick for the Broncos. It's something they desperately need to think about doing, and to me, it makes perfect sense. So again, we're going to go Rashaan Slater, offensive tackle from Northwestern. Now, guys, thank you, Onebar and Lupagus, for having me on the show. You all stay safe and take care. We'll see you guys next time. Again, Dove Valley Deep Divers, come check us out.
Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay Tuck, representing Cowboys Nation and a Cowboys fans only channel on YouTube. So go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter at JTuck151. So we're going to make a new pick, it feels like, today. And with the 10th pick of the 2021 NFL Draft, the Dallas Cowboys select Jeremiah Owusu Koromora, linebacker out of the University of Notre Dame. And here's the reason why. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys do need defensive help, but I feel like the front seven is more important than the back end. I know a lot of people are talking about drafting either a Caleb Farley or a Patrick Surtain or a J.C. Horn. I don't feel like that's going to be Dan Quinn's priority. If we're going to go defense, I feel like the front seven will be critical. Now, granted, there isn't any defensive interior lineman that's worthy of a top 10 pick. We all know that. So I feel like the linebacker position is the area that we will need to address. And I feel like the Joker will bring an extra layer and something new the Dallas Cowboys do not have, especially with the linebacker core, because we do have a lack of depth, but the possibility of losing Sean Lee, also with the injury history of Leighton Vander Esch and Jalen Smith being up and down. So I feel like what this kid's going to be able to do is add a new dynamic, especially in the coverage game, being able to cover, go sideline to sideline, play in that 4-3 under position under Dan Quinn's scheme, and actually give us some extra layer of depth when it comes to this Dallas Cowboys defense. So yes, your boy Jay Tuck, Cowboys fam, I am taking the Joker out of the University of Notre Dame, linebacker, to add to this defense, because defense wins championships. Let's go Cowboys. Peace.
All right, what's going on? It's Bobby Skinner with the Talking Giants podcast, YouTube, all that good stuff, the film breakdowns. With the 11th pick of the draft for the New York Giants, I don't have Kyle Pitts on the board. He's gone. So I thought that was going to be a tough decision, Kyle Pitts or wide receiver. But it's even tougher because you got two wide receivers to pick from, Devonta Smith and Jalen Waddle, both Alabama guys. And I know everybody loves Devonta Smith, and so do I. But I'm going Jalen Waddle. You look at the 4 games before Waddle got hurt, he was averaging 10 more yards per catch than Devonta Smith. Had more yards. Now, Devonta Smith had more of the volume, but I think Jalen Waddle is that deep threat that the Giants so desperately need. Daniel Jones had the best deep ball passer rating in the NFL. Granted, they didn't do a ton, but we know he can be accurate down the field. Give him someone where he doesn't need to be perfectly accurate. Someone who's going to stretch the field, and he does so much more than that. I think Jalen Waddle is the real deal. I like him slightly above Devonta Smith, so I'm going to go with Jalen Waddle out of Alabama. And the Joe Judge, Nick Saban connection. Bam.
I'm Ant. And I'm Alex. We're the 49ers Cutback. Welcome. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us on Spotify. You can find us on pretty much anywhere you can locate podcasts.
Yeah, and it's time for the 49ers to make the 12th pick.
Oh, yeah.
In the 2021 NFL Draft.
But do we know what happened to Horst? Why isn't he...
He's upset.
Why?
Because he didn't get his guys that he wants. No Russo, no Surtain, no Ojulari. We kind of went bold.
A little bit bold. With the 12th overall pick, we have the San Francisco 49ers selecting one of the best 10 players in this draft by far. Guy we're a big fan of. From Tulane, linebacker Zaven Collins.
Yep. Nobody's going this bold.
Nope.
We had to do it.
Yep.
I mean, why not, right? It's a mock draft. Let's have fun. Let's talk it into existence. Zaven Collins, 6'3", 260-pound outside linebacker, can do it all, run sideline to sideline, and he can rush the passer, plus great in coverage.
Absolutely wonderful in coverage. Threw everybody for a loop here. You guys are going to have fun with the rest of the draft. Now there's some guys available that you probably thought weren't going to be. Let's see how this plays out.
Have fun. We'll see you guys at the 49ers Cutback.
Hey guys, what is up? Stephen Haglund from the Guilty as Charged podcast, back to do a mock draft on behalf of the Los Angeles Chargers. My selection here is going to be Elijah Vera-Tucker. Last time I did choose Samuel Cosmi, the offensive tackle from the University of Texas. So it's pretty clear for me that the Chargers have to do their best effort to put a quality offensive line in front of Justin Herbert. That was not the case last season. It was pretty miserable. So they have to do a better job. They have to invest top-tier draft capital in the offensive line. And in this instance, Elijah Vera-Tucker does offer the versatility of being able to play tackle or guard. I do truly believe that he could start at left tackle from day one in the NFL. However, if they are able to land a left tackle in free agency, then they can take Elijah Vera-Tucker, start him at guard, and groom him to be a future tackle if they do choose to do that way. But the bottom line is they have to protect Justin Herbert. They have to do it at a higher level, or else they're not going to be able to maximize that rookie contract, which we all know is the golden ticket in terms of building a contender. So last time I had film, this time I don't. It's just me. But, I'm a big fan of Elijah Vera-Tucker. I think he is a perfect fit for what the Chargers want to do, like I said, at tackle or guard. I think he checks a lot of boxes in terms of leadership, play style, and he's a homegrown kid, can stay in LA and continue to play for in an LA-based team, which I think is a big deal for the Chargers general manager, Tom Telesco. And like I said, he just checks a lot of boxes. So Elijah Vera-Tucker, come on down. I'm a big fan. I really like this pick, and I'm thrilled with the way that this has turned out. So that'll do it for me. If you want to follow the Guilty as Charged podcast, we are on Twitter at GAC Podcast 17. We're also on YouTube, where we pump out high-quality videos every single Monday, Thursday, and Saturday. All right, guys. Thanks.
All right, the time has come. The Minnesota Vikings are officially on the clock at pick 14. The franchise is in our hands. And you know what? We got some pretty damn good options to choose from.
Hell yeah. Things really couldn't have panned out any better for the Vikings. You got both edge rushers on the board, Greg Rousseau, Kwity Paye, wide receiver Devonta Smith from Alabama. Who else we got looking at? Who else are we looking at?
We got Barmore on the board, and if this happens, something tells me Rick Spielman is going to be picking up that old Tucker, looking to trade back with all these beautiful options still there.
Hell yeah, he could probably find himself a real sweet deal, get that second round pick back, potentially more. But if this is how it shakes out in real life, I'm not doing that, and for one reason, and that's going to be the pick. I have it right here at the Carter's Inn. It's in my hands. 14th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Minnesota Vikings select wide receiver Devonta Smith, Alabama. Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, you can't pass on that guy. You cannot pass on him.
Yeah, he doesn't have great size, but he's got speed. He's got route running ability. He's got hands of syrup. This guy absolutely dominated in the national title game. Biggest stage. He shows up big time. He was a man amongst peer boys, and that was against some damn good talent. He can return kicks and punts. He's going to give you production right out of the gate. You put him on offense with Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Irv Smith Jr., Delvin Cook. You're not going to need to play defense because you're going to score about 70 points a game. So to me, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah, no-brainer, and quite the future for the Vikings wide receiver core moving forward, and it's wonderful. It's a new day in the NFL. You got to score a lot of points if you're going to keep up with these guys, and Devonta Smith is just too damn good to pass up on. We'll have to deal with addressing defense later, but you know what? Confidence is high.
No, that's fine. You go defense with every other pick. You got 2/3. You got like 1,400 fourths. You can hit defense there. So Devonta Smith, welcome home. And probably get myself a Devonta Smith jersey. Probably order right now.
Devonta Smith is going to look real good in purple, and there's your Vikings pick.
Hell yeah.